G'day,
Hello there.
and welcome to day 6. Today we're visiting Fort Wilderness Lodge, where some friends of ours very kindly invited us to dinner at the Hoop Dee-Doo Revue. Now, when we came into the trip, we didn't really have a plan for all this filming in the first place, and then when we came for the dinner that evening, we had even less of a plan. So there's only little bits of filming here and there as opposed to a kind of whole general overview. We didn't really film the food because we were with friends and having dinner. We didn't really want to be rude. We didn't really try to film them because, again, we didn't want to be rude. I think I managed to use quite a lot of battery on the GoPro at the beginning because I accidentally filmed myself again.
You're getting used to it.
Where I was holding the camera and just swinging it around, apparently, for some reason.
That's a GoPro for you,
though.
The few times I held the GoPro, I found it really confusing that the screen goes off and goes black when you're still using it.
For the battery saving options, yeah.
Yeah. So for those who don't know much about this particular dinner, it's a show dinner. It's essentially in an 1800 style sort of town hall in the Wilderness Lodge area. So it's all really traditional looking. It has a sense of history about it, and the whole premise is based around a bunch of performers, 6 performers who have just happened to have broken down in their stagecoach right outside the community hall, and they come to put on a show for you. Throughout this, you'll see some clips of from the show itself and the fun that can be had.
Yeah, it's very much aimed at families and a family vibe. It's kind of very cheesy. It's, the slapstick jokes.
We were there with a family. Young children were present, so it was really a pleasant evening and sort of something very different to what we'd done at previous nights where it was just the 2 of us.
So it comes to a point where the food is basically dumped on the table, you might say?
It's an all-you-can-eat service to your table. For me personally, the food was great, but I was so distracted by the show that I didn't feel like I made the most of the food.
It's in the style of kind of family cooking, old-style family cooking, I would say.
Fried chicken, beans, mashed potato. It was really nice. I enjoyed it when I did eat it. But there's so much of it, and again, you're distracted by the show so much, and I was turning my head the whole time. So you're trying to wolf down meals in between bits where they're talking, and then trying not to be rude. But like again, I said earlier on, it's a very different type of dinner show. So it doesn't let up. It starts as it means to go on and carries all the way through to the end.
They were staying at the resort, and I believe they'd seen the show quite a few times in the past few years as well. Is that right?
Oh, they were eager for us to see it, and I'm so glad they did because it's well worth the visit. Even if you just do it once, it's got this kind of old sense of history, like a lot of Disney World and Disneyland. There's a huge sense of history that comes with it. This one actually came out. This show started the year I was born in 1974. So it's for something which was supposed to be temporary at the time. It was only supposed to last a few weeks. It's got a lot of life out of it. You may see throughout this episode a lot of the performers do interact with the audience. So if you do feel uncomfortable, you can back off. They're really good at spotting who wants to be spoken to, who doesn't want to be spoken to. There's nobody is forced.
I think it's actually the first dinner show I've ever been to.
I've been to dinner shows, but never anything like this.
And what was your overall feeling of the whole experience?
Really good. If you go, I wouldn't say it's something necessarily that you'd go as just a couple. If you're going with friends, regardless of whether there's children with you, I would definitely go with a group. It serves really well because you end up interacting with the group and enjoying the experience as a group, whether it be talking to the actors, the stage players, singing along with all the audience, waving your handkerchief, your sort of cloth in the air, your checkered cloth in the air. There's lots to do throughout the whole thing. There's no point where it kind of lets go and lets you just sit back and relax. So be prepared for that. Luckily enough, afterwards, we had plenty of time to sort of go and get a drink and have a look around the actual resort itself a bit, which was really lovely. I wouldn't mind staying there in the future myself if I was inclined to do sort of like camping or one of the sort of chalet type setups they have there. Yeah, it was really lovely. It was a nice change of pace as well.
Yeah, it certainly gives off a different vibe to the main hotels that you stay at.
Also, there's links to lots of the other sort of parts of Walt Disney World. So you've got the boats that go, I think, all the way around the lake to sort of Magic Kingdom, that sort of direction. We would have loved to have done that, but again, we had quite a full day, and we didn't want to keep the kids up late, so we sort of, we didn't make use of those aspects of the resort. But again, it's somewhere where I could quite happily go back in the future. Yeah. But in regards to this show, if you're wanting something different, if you're wanting something traditional, if you like your things like Country Bear, Jamboree, Tiki Room, all the really old kind of standard Disney World sort of attractions, then this is probably the thing for you, even if you're just doing it the once. And again, a group of friends, the better. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy and you've seen something that will make you want to go and try this out. Another episode coming up next week. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm English Gent.
And I'm Aussierobbo.
And see you next time.